I've never seen Parliament lose its mind like in this video. 5-minute clip, it just gets higher and higher until the climax. Stay with me all the way till my biblical reaction, because South Africa will prosper. You ready? Press like, let's go. Listen to Reverend Kenneth Meshoe.
King Solomon in Proverbs 18:21 said, and I quote, "Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Close quote. For about 47 years, Ayatollah Khamenei and his supporters have chanted death to America and death to Israel, and also threatened to raise Israeli cities and wipe Israel off the map of the world. As a nuclear-capable country, this clearly makes Iran an existential threat to them. We know that on the 7th of October 2023, Hamas attacked Israel and massacred more than 1,200 people, most of whom are innocent children. In October 2024, Iran itself launched hundreds of ballistic missiles, and it's reported that it was the largest missile attack in human history against a small country that is just the size of Kruger National Park. House Chairperson.
Honorable Meshoe, can you please take your seat?
The Honorable Meshoe Umfundis, he is misleading the House. He's really misleading the House, and you are allowing to. Hamas was defending itself. It was self-defense. Now, he has never said anything about it.
Honorable Mhlongo, you are out of order. Honorable Meshoe.
The ACDP support.
Honorable Meshoe, can you please take your seat again? Honorable Mahlaula.
House Chair, is the Speaker on the podium willing to take a question?
He's saying after he finishes speaking.
I said the ACDP support.
Honorable Meshoe, can you take a seat again? Honorable Douglas.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I just want to say that according to the rules, it says you cannot mislead the House. Iran is not a nuclear power.
Honorable Douglas.
Iran is a nuclear power. It's not a nuclear power.
Douglas.
Israel is a nuclear power,
out of order.
but not Iran.
That is not a point of order, and I know that you know that. Honorable Meshoe, please proceed.
The ACDP supports and believes in the right to freedom of speech. However, even our constitution limits those rights. We strongly condemn Iran's calls for death and destruction, and clearly seek to incite violence and destruction upon other countries. We appeal to the international community, particularly the UN, to seek a ban on Iran's provocative, hateful rhetoric of death to America and death to Israel. We also urge the South African government to consider banning provocative speech that glorifies violence and destruction in our country, such as kill the poor and kill the farmer.
Can you please take a seat? Honorable Deputy Minister, what is the point of order?
I would like to check if Honorable Meshoe can take a question.
Honorable Meshoe, can you take a question after he is done? Honorable Mhlongo.
I rise on a point of order, Chair. Now,
Rising on what?
On Rule 92.
Number.
Okay.
Now, can I proceed, House Chair? Can I proceed?
Yes, proceed.
Oh, thank you. House Chair, Honorable Meshoe is misleading the House. There's a constitutional court judgment on kill the poor, kill the farm, that it is not hate speech, it is acceptable in South Africa. So he can't mislead the House and say that it must depend on under which rule?
Honorable Mhlongo, that is a point of debate. Honorable Swart.
I rise on Rule 92.9, and I would submit that the members are disrupting proceedings by raising points of order that do not comply with this rule, and I'd ask that you rule in that regard that these spurious points of order are not permitted, so that the Speaker at the podium the leader of the ACDP can continue and complete his speech.
Thank you, Honorable Swart. Honorable Meshoe.
Thank you. Farms and farmers are a vital part of food security in our country. Therefore, they must all be preserved and respected, obviously with their workers. Ayatollah Khamenei, who proudly chanted death to America and death to Israel, is now no more. Let us learn from the lesson of the power of the tongue. Be careful what you say with your tongue. That which you say is going to come upon you.
Honorable Deputy Minister of Communication, you can't just open your mic without being recognized.
Let us learn from the lesson of the power of the tongue, and let us choose to speak life and not death. Let us choose to speak hope and not hopelessness. Let us choose to speak love and not hatred. Let us choose to speak peace and not revolution. Speaker, the ACDP believes that South Africa's foreign policy must be guided
Honorable Meshoe, can you please take a seat? Honorable Deputy Minister, what is the point of order?
Is the member preaching hope when he's celebrating death of Khomeini?
Honorable Deputy Minister, that is not a point of order, please. Honorable Meshoe, please continue.
Thank you. The ACDP believe that South Africa's foreign policy must be guided by present-day realities, constitutional values, and national interest, not historical and sentiments. Members, we have an opportunity to help build and not destroy. Or let's not put petrol on the fire that's already raging. Let us use our tongues to build. God bless you.
Thank you.
Well, that was surely going to trigger people, and it did, and they had to manifest. My biblical reaction. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you, and I ordained you for a specific purpose. The average South African doesn't know who the Shah is, doesn't know what an Iranian is, doesn't know what a Palestinian looks like. If they opened a shop in the township, they would call them Ikula. Like they do with Somalians, like they do with Ethiopians. Go to any township, they'll say Nyeshop, Nyotenga, Emakuleni, which is so lost because besides that, that's a slur and it's being used daily. You can use it in front of your parents as a 5-year-old. It's just accepted. But they're even lost on country. They are lost on continent. They're just lost in every way. Why is it that if you went with a camera and asked people a question in the street on this matter of Iran, America, Israel, you'll find that those who do know what's going on will all sound the same. Most people will take the stand that's been pushed. They'll take a stand, they'll get emotional, not because they know anything about the history, not because they can find it on the map, not because they can tell you much. They don't even know what language is spoken in Iran or Palestine. They won't even know that their carpet is a Persian carpet and that has anything to do with the war in Iran. These are just facts. Yet they will be so passionate about it. Why? Because the ideology says this: if Africa can unite, that's how one day you will prosper. We've been hearing the unity message for 100 years, and the place has been getting broker and broker in the main. Ideology says the group makes you. God says, before you were formed in the womb, I knew you. God says, before you were born, I set you apart. Ideology says your purpose is found in the group, and therefore you must always think like the group, feel like the group, act like the group. He says, I ordained you for a specific purpose. Ideology doesn't like the individual and subjects it to the group. But without individuals, there's no responsibility. Without responsibility, there's no prosperity. And so, this was the best example of just how ideology turns a group of people to be really passionate about things that, truth be told, they actually know nothing about. And because of this ideology, I'm finishing this video in load shedding. That's why I'll have to keep saying no man can serve two masters, because either you love the one and hate the other, or you'll despise the one and honor the other. You can't serve God and Karl Marx. Let's make history together. And kudos to Meshoe for not being afraid to go against the grain.